last one there's the penis pump.
That's no fair.
Holy cow, I'm totally going so fast. Oh, fuck!
Punk.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what to do. What you
Hey, what the fuck are you kids doing on my fucking lawn? And don't look at me when I'm fucking talking to you.
Help
Get that
me,
kid off my
help.
eyes, you little wankers. Alright, give him the stick. Don't give him the stick.
You know my dad?
Oh, G.I. Joe.
Shalom, everyone. This is Button Record.
Did you just come up with that?
Yeah,
That was great.
you get the reference then.
Yeah. Fred, you get it?
Oh, hi, I'm still here, yeah. I forgot we were recording.
Yeah, did you understand that reference?
I didn't hear it. I zoned out at the very
Oh.
beginning.
Oh, I did a haunting presence thing. It was pretty good. You'll hear it in 2 weeks when it comes out. If any of our
Excellent.
listeners haven't heard the haunting presence, would recommend. Cool, kind of an experimental take on like demoncy or something. It's quite cool.
Well, I figured we'd cover that at some point.
I think we will cover that. I wanted to have the guy on the ghastly apparition. I wanted to have him on, but he's been ducking me a little bit. He's been ducking the Bun Bun Boys.
Wow.
Everyone's ducking us. So yeah, it's me, the beautiful Beaner, and I'm joined by Better Call Paul, and yeah, bitch.
Yeah, me and Fred were on the same wavelength, I guess.
I think he saw your
Well,
name.
I saw
maybe
your
put
name.
Two and two together.
Because I get the email saying, your clean feed pass, better call Paul. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yes.
I remember somebody said, Robert said something, just like somebody need legal help, and he just says, call Saul. Not Better Call Saul, just call Saul.
Yeah, I started watching the series, and I watched like one episode before we hung out, before we had practice on Wednesday, and I was talking to Robert about it after I dropped you off at your van, and he's like, don't watch it, it's fucking terrible, it's like so slow, it doesn't pay off.
Oh, what an idiot.
But then you guys are saying something different. He's like, it ended fucking stupid, like.
Yeah, but you listen to him about like show advice. Don't listen to him about show advice. He doesn't understand art. All he understands is like retard comedy. It's true. He's trying to argue with me last practice that Drake and Josh is an objectively better show than Malcolm in the Middle, and that's just retarded.
What?
That's just retarded.
You know that?
Drake and Josh is a kids show.
Well, he doesn't have.
I always like to pretend that Breaking Bad was a spin-off of Malcolm in the Middle, and Malcolm's dad got divorced and wound up doing that.
I think there was like an SNL skit where that happened, where Walt wakes up and or Hal wakes up. He's like, there was this kid who kept saying bitch, and I was so mad. Like it was the whole thing. He's like in bed with Lois, talking about his dream about being Walter White.
Between Malcolm in the Middle and Breaking Bad, I hadn't seen, what's his name? Bryan Cranston in much between the two. And when I first watched Breaking Bad, he did a great job acting as Walter White, but every once in a while when he get like pissed off and frustrated, he'd do like these little spastic movements that just reminded me perfectly of his character on Malcolm in the Middle, and it like kind of broke it briefly for me. I'm like, wait, hang on, what? It's him again.
Yeah, when he's in the basement looking for the money. He goes,
Yeah, or or when he threw the pizza on the roof.
yeah, that too. All that kind of stuff.
Like that was worthy of Malcolm in the Middle in itself.
Yeah, Paul. Don't take anything Robert says to heart. Really, I mean, maybe he knows anime, but that's kind of like, it's kind of where it ends. I think with him.
But that's it.
Yeah, he doesn't. He hates Larry David. He hates anything that's not like on Adult Swim. I mean, there's really. The guy is buying Pokemon cards and like anime cards for God knows what reason. I don't know. I don't know that we can trust a person like this to give us actual insight about actual art, and that's what
Yeah.
television is. When it's when it's art, when it's not complete horse shit, you know. And I think
Yeah.
I think Better Call Saul is a very artistic piece, and so was Malcolm in the Middle. Drake and Josh was pretty funny at some points, but let's just be realistic. That's not something an adult. That's not something to be taken seriously. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's just yeah.
It's not on FX.
It's not. You can't watch that as a serious person. You can watch that to kind of get in to kind of give yourself some nostalgia or something. I don't know, and like enjoy it. It was a good show, but let's just be real. Let's not pretend like Drake and Josh was anything but just like a pretty decent kids show.
That's such a weird thing to argue for.
Yeah, I know, but it's rare that you meet people that will be arguing for the kids show. You know what I mean? That will be on the side of this is a better show than this. Like, are you fucking? You must be brain damaged in some way.
Besides a kid.
Besides, yeah, you're a 30-something-year-old man, however old you are. I don't know.
But
Haven't seen Drake and Josh.
You haven't?
Nope.
Dude, it's better than
don't need
Malcolm.
to.
What the fuck?
Just
kidding.
There's funny. It's retarded. Like that's kind of the appeal to it. Is it's really pretty stupid actually. I feel like Paul might have a different opinion on this, but I feel like that's why I liked iCarly was because it was so stupid that it made it funny for me. I objectively it's stupid.
Yeah. They had the stupid shirt, fucking slogans, and just say like the randomest shit, and
It's stupid. It's stupid. That was why it was funny because it was so fucking stupid. And what was crazy is like it went from being almost attainable for like an adult to watch. Not that show in particular, but like the Dan Schneider stuff. So yeah, like all that. I get like teenagers who probably watch that and enjoy it. Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, iCarly is kind of like iCarly and Zoe 101 when those came out. It was like you're almost embarrassed to be seen watching that. If your parents walked in while you're watching those shows, it's like I better switch the fucking channel. I'm going to look like the ultimate gay retard. Kid.
like no, it was Skinamax. It was Skinamax. Sorry.
No, I was watching the softcore porn. You know what? You're really watching iCarly. It's almost the opposite. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you switch it.
I'm watching the softcore porn at like 8:30 on Cinemax. No wait, no, I was watching Family Guy. No wait.
It's going from bad to worse.
Not the hills
It's going
have
from bad
thighs.
to worse. Yeah, speaking of kids shows that are actually artistic, I was doing the retarded kid show watching this weekend. I had I'm going off on a tangent here, but
No.
there was a bunch of shows this weekend in LA and abroad in Texas. We all saw that GBK played, and Absu was here yesterday, and our friend was doing a Ozzy Osbourne tribute thing, and there was something else, and
Oh
there was
yeah,
like
R.I.P.
Warped Tour.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
There was R.I.P. Ozzy, and also R.I.P. Chuck Mangione. Feels so good. And also the Hulkster.
And Hulk, yeah.
Yeah, that was the three.
And that bitch from Food Network.
I don't know who that is.
Who?
Rachel Ray?
No, some blonde lady.
But yeah, there was a bunch of shows this weekend, and I did not go to any of them.
Oh, Anne Burrell, R.P.
Yeah, I went to
Okay.
no shows this weekend. This isn't that interesting, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Yeah, after practice last week, like the next day I woke up, felt like I had a hair in my throat, and I'm like trying to cough up a hair,
Uh-oh.
but there was no hair.
Sickness.
Then the next day,
You down with the sickness?
sore throat, but I feel fine, so it's not like a sickness, but I do have a sore, and I'm not coughing up anything viral, but I do have a sore throat for whatever reason. Saturday is a morbid sore throat, um, and then Sunday is just like sore throat's gone, but my allergies are going insane. I'm sneezing constantly. I'm blowing my nose so much where like the rim of your nose, nostrils are like fucking raw.
Yeah, and they're all chafed up.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I'm going through that right now as we speak. So if I start sneezing and if I have to blow my nose, please excuse me. And I sound congested right now because I am. So I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is some kind of allergy thing because I don't feel sick and I'm not coughing up anything that would indicate I have a virus. So I don't know.
I wonder what happened between then and now to cause that.
Yeah.
Smoked Robert's joint.
Could be allergies.
Just have allergies. I really don't know. Oh yeah, but anyways, so my point was I didn't go to any of these shows. I didn't do anything. I wasn't metal. I wasn't seen. I wasn't out on the scene, man. I wasn't out in the town, man, talking to all my favorite assholes. I was in my room watching Goosebumps marathons. And you know something? I don't think I've watched Goosebumps since I was a little kid. So it was almost like brand new to me. I started with season 2 for whatever reason because it just popped up on YouTube. But that show is actually kind of scary, even as an adult, in like a trippy kind of way. It's the effects and the stories are so fucking bizarre that it actually makes for a unsettling thing. You're home alone, you're watching Goosebumps. Viewer beware, you're in for a scare. They were right. It is quite scary.
Yeah, R.L.
But I would recommend it. It's actually quite enjoyable.
Yeah, R.L. Stein is a fucking freak, man.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky stuff.
I don't think I even watched that.
On.
I don't think I've ever watched that. I just read the books.
I read the books too. I only watched a few episodes. The only time I really saw it was at my next door neighbors. He used to have the VHS tapes, and I saw a few over there. But yeah, that really wasn't like a huge part of my childhood. So it's kind of just like a newer thing. I said this last time about like, are you afraid of the dark? I enjoyed that more than I was like enjoying anything else. Yeah. Yeah.
That was a fun show.
Yeah, it is fun. Paul, did you you saw how much you've seen like a bit of Better Call Saul now, right?
Yeah, I'm on season 2 where they're basically working together with like these two firms, HMM and the Mavis or Mavis one.
Mavis and Davis and Maine. There you go.
Yeah, that one. And he's just like gathering all the elderly people's like I guess information to gather more I guess people for the class action.
Mm-hmm. I like in I think it was the first episode where Tuco has
Tuco.
he has the guys out in the desert. He's like, he called my abuela a biznatch.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I forget what season it's in. Have you gotten to the part where?
Don't give away.
I'm not giving anything away. Where Mike serves as bodyguard for a really dorky guy.
Oh yeah, that guy was so annoying with like the baseball cards.
Baseball cards guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
My
But
baseball cards.
the scene where he beats out the other two henchmen for the job.
Oh
is
yeah.
amazing. It's like nails the guy in the throat.
He's like, I don't need a gun. I'll just take yours.
I'll just use one of yours.
Yeah, I want Mike and Saul to be, or Jimmy to be very tight, like how they were in Breaking Bad already.
Yeah.
But gotta wait, because right now it's just Mike on his little side quest for his like I guess daughter-in-law.
Oh yeah. I like how like the granddaughter is like older than the girl from Breaking Bad, so like the timeline doesn't make sense. And they kept switching out the granddaughter. I remember my dad said something. He's like, First they had a little girl. She was a little cute girl, and then it goes. Then they get an ugly girl. Cute girl, ugly girl.
Yeah.
Why the switch? Why the switch?
It's going by pretty quick. Just watching it while I'm working, and it's just, capturing my attention.
Sometimes watching a show while you're doing something else is the best way to do it. That's how I originally watched Frasier. Was kind of just had it on in the background, and it. I think I was like, this was a time when I think my parents were gone, and I was getting prepared to paint my room, and I was like moving everything out, so it was just kind of like tasks that I was doing, and I had time to be walking around. I had the TV blasting. It was just like, I don't know, a good memory. Other people have like trips and vacations. I don't go on trips. I just I'm a recluse. I stay in the house. So things like that, I remember. Those are my good times. Taking
Being
everything
a
out of my room,
recluse is
getting ready to
underrated.
paint. What's that?
Being a recluse is underrated.
It is. I feel like you have to stay busy though. You have to have some work to do and have some hobbies.
You have to be good at it.
Yeah, you do have to be good at it. Some people, I don't even know. I kind of don't want to know the life of some recluses. makes me sick even thinking about it. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, the people on their notes are like, I'm so bored. It's like, what? You must be boring.
I'm boring. I won't lie, but I still love me anyways. Self love, everybody.
Yeah, but you don't reach out to the void saying that you're bored.
No, complaining online is
Fuck,
gay.
I forgot to eat. I'm starving.
Who said that? Damien?
Get some food.
I was about to say stupid. I was about to say stupid Damien. That'll be nice. Who, Damien?
Ozzy Damien.
Ozzy, yeah. Ozzy reincarnate.
Yeah, he just came in through like a 30-some-year-old body after he died.
Yeah.
took his soul's place.
Yes. Speaking of complaining online, I saw Garrett from Void Ceremony complaining online. He was saying, I saw this from GBK too, or Sinistrari, their label. The Sinistrari said, let me actually find it and read it. Cause it's,
like the one that was like a couple hours ago.
Yeah. I'll actually find these real quick and read them both.
Fuck your collection.
Yeah.
Fuck your cat.
Are you kidding me?
That was quite the rant.
I just, guys, how old are you? Why do you even care? Oh, here it is. Grand Belial's Key. This is a statement, apparently. Stop being a faggot influencer, wannabe. Fuck your photos and your videos. Fuck your live stream and your record collection. And fuck your cats. Get a real life. All the queers supposed to be supporters of forum fairies that upload Belial's music and images online. You are nothing but attention-craving millennial closet wankers and narcissists and histrionic personality disorder. Oh. What if I don't want to get a real life? What if I like my fake life?
That whole statement has very Simpsons old man yells at cloud vibes.
I kind of hate that. I don't hate that term, but maybe it works for here. Maybe it works for this. Maybe it actually does. I feel like that kind of works for anybody complaining online. It's like, what are you doing? there's
that one's really like old man yells at cloud.
Yeah, this one's kind of reaching. It's like wannabe influencers. What does that mean? YouTube people? Or does that just mean like folk people taking pictures of their shit?
Hey,
why Grand Belial's Key? Aren't you guys like I don't know, you hate Christ, but you hate Jews, but you hate this, but you hate that, but you like this? Like I still don't quite understand their ethos. Maybe I like their music, but some of this stuff is a little bit shut it. Where was this other one here?
It was definitely better before he made statements online. The mystique is gone, and now the crotchety old man is coming through.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's they're influencers. They're on Instagram.
I mean, it's his label. I don't know if that'd be an influencer, but
I don't know what an influencer is. Are we influencers? I don't like that term. We're not really If we're influencing anything, it's to like, I don't know, check out a band or something.
I don't know if I mean, I guess I count as an influencer. Not one with a particularly big reach, but
No, we can't have
I
a big reach. We talk too much. We talk too long. We talk.
About nothing.
Not saying other people. Not. What was that, Paul?
Said we talk about nothing.
We talk about nothing, but other people talk about nothing. I'm not going to say that like anybody's better than us because I don't think they are. But I also don't. I'm not going to go ahead and say we're better than you. That's let's just be realistic. Let's not be delusional. Let's just be real. I don't think this show can be too big. Can have some subscribers, but it's going to have to be underground people who are interested in stuff that nobody's ever heard.
I mean, my personal account, I just post bands I like, and that's kind of it. If people
Yeah.
check them out, great. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not even mad about. I'm complaining online, but we're doing a show. This is for entertainment value. I'm not even mad about
Dan yells at
Key's
cloud.
statement. Yeah, I'm yelling into the void to like our 3 or 4 or 5 listeners. I don't know.
Hey guys.
No, but I'm not really even. I'm not upset about that. My only rebuttal would be, what if I don't want real life? Real life sucks. I don't know if you realize that or not. No thanks. I'm good with my fake life. Yeah, but here was this other statement by Garrett, and I don't mean to put him on blast or anything. It's just something I saw where I don't quite understand what the end goal is here. So this one says, extreme metal was cooler when you had to search for CDs, tapes, download off blog spots, browse forums, and find obscure shit on YouTube. Now with so many influencers and streaming services, anyone can get into the subgenres and bands overnight just by looking at someone's social media or by accessing Spotify. It's just not sick like it was. It's just not the same for me anymore. Discovering these bands was once triumphant and transcendental. Now it's trendy and lifeless. There is no struggle and thus no appreciation. It used to take time, but now it's flattened by algorithms. It used to demand time and obsession, but now it sucks.
Man, I wish things were still sick. I remember the times when things were sick. They were great.
Things were sick. I think all the same things that were sick are still sick. I think maybe we all just need a different type of mindset. But
I kind of get. I mean, like, I would not write something like that. That's way too complaining. But like, I do see the difference between what discovering music was like in my case, late '90s, early 2000s to now.
yeah, we still had the internet, but things were different.
Yeah, and like the biggest thrill I get these days is tracking down a release that I haven't and cannot heard here. Because
Yeah, you've
it's
been
not
doing that
available.
lately.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of fun. Like, I sent you guys the
Cursed.
Cursed EP. That was a fun one. Like, but the difference is it's not a band you hear talked about anymore. If a band is talked about, you can find it online. That's usually how it goes. Cursed, I had never heard of, and clearly no one had heard of because they weren't anywhere. Getting that and it turning out to be cool was great. And same thing with the Mortua CP and the Lecce demo. Those were things that I couldn't find online, and I wanted to hear them, and I got them, and they're actually good, and that's cool. That combined with tracking down the harder to find releases that I want is kind of where I get the biggest joy these days.
Yeah, I don't know how much I would say, like, what would you even call it? Metal colonization, where it's like now more bands are more underground bands are being put into a place where they're much more mainstream. But I still feel like there are so many that just won't be mainstream because of a certain sound, or they just don't have that appeal. And that has appeal to some people, but it can't for a mass audience for different reasons. So that's still there, maybe.
I think I'm not going to talk about this very long because we've been down this beaten path many times. But I think
Well, that's okay.
What bothers me,
it's like our greatest hits, like the Rolling Stones. You see, the Rolling Stones
Yeah.
are going to play their hits. You listen to us, you're going to get hits sometimes.
what I find most annoying is just bands that are all about the image over the actual substance. And you know what? If you're gonna put out band shirts and shit like that, that's fine. I get it. But it's shit like bands that have like 3 songs on Bandcamp and they have like a million t-shirt designs, shorts and baseball caps and beer koozies. Like, guys, you're not there yet. Like,
You know
calm
why I
down.
think this argument almost doesn't apply? Just because there are still so many bands that aren't good, in my opinion, or that just kind of, yeah, for me they do nothing, and for most metal people, say like Blood Incantation or something, they're hated on these days. I don't like them either, but bands that are not good are being promoted, and those are still the main things that people are listening to, you know. So it almost feels like these things kind of they kind of like sort themselves out in a way. And also
Yeah.
it is kind of like like I said, metal colonization or something, where now everything is kind of out in the open and it's been taken to taken to a more like mainstream place. But I mean, what's the alternative? You know, what's even the point of yeah, maybe things were better in like the earlier days, but I mean, we don't really know what's next, and it's just metal.
Yeah.
Why are people taking it so seriously? It's just music and music exposure.
These are my bands. You don't deserve to know
Yeah,
my bands.
it's kind of strange. It's kind of strange. I mean,
I think
yeah,
the mentality of how I approached finding new music back in the early days to now is still the same. If it sucks, I don't waste time on it and I move on to something that I actually like. Whether I'm finding it through tape trading, blind buying, whatever physical media, downloading something on Napster or SoulSeek, or finding it on Bandcamp or YouTube. Like, it doesn't matter. If it sucks,
every once
just
in a
move
while,
on.
every once
Why
in a while,
spend
I
time complaining
will.
about it? Just
Yeah,
fucking find something you like.
I will spend time listening to things that suck sometimes, just to kind of cleanse the palate of good stuff.
Okay.
I was listening to that one man brutal death band, Blood Soaked, and I sent it to Paul. He's like, "Man, this is the lamest one man brutal death metal there is." And I'm like, "Yeah." I was listening to it. I'm like, "This really does nothing. This does nothing." It sounds like he's
Yeah.
doing little guitar techniques as
Yeah, I think
riffs.
he was on Comatose or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And he had just have a bunch of videos up and just like him playing, and it was like, it didn't do anything for me then, and still nothing now. Like, I even tried giving him a chance
Me too.
a
Me too.
couple months ago too, and I was just like, no, it's still lame.
Yeah, well, he did a guitar playthrough video, and he straight up said, "I got this riff from a little technique my friend showed me." He like switched 2 of the notes though, so he literally is playing just little like practice techniques as riffs,
Hmm.
and Blood Incantation has also been accused of doing that. So yeah. I don't know if this is whatever hot take, not take. I don't know. People cry about this stuff, but you hear a lot of people crying about colonization. These people colonized this land, and this culture is no longer the main thing of this land. Now we are industrialized, and everything's commercial and everything's this. But it's like, what really is the alternative? What would you rather be doing? You know, you people are using the internet too. You people are using bathrooms and water and everything else. It's like, would you rather be, I don't know, in a fucking hut? What is the alternative? The alternative is you're peaceful in a hut. I just don't
I'd like to
understand
be in
this.
a
Like,
hut.
you know what I mean? You got nothing. You're pretty much a fucking caveman.
Ugh.
Yeah, quit your bitching.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people spend too much time complaining. Just move on with your life. But that's what gets attention online, complaining. Like,
We're complaining about complaining.
oh God.
The only difference I can kind of see with like, oh, you know, finding CDs back in the day and all that, like, I'm sure that there was a much more, you know, hoops to jump through to, like, be able to put out music back in the day where you find a CD and it's, like, bound to be good because someone went through the effort to, like, actually make that, versus now you can just upload anything and it won't cost you a dime to upload music. So of course there's going to be, like, even more shittier bands and them going off of trends and whatnot, versus, like, who would want to put in money to make 500 CDs to be like a shitty worship band or something, you know?
Yeah, this is a shout out to, or a call out to all bands right now. Shitty bands, stop putting out stuff. Good bands, only you can put out stuff.
Keep it up.
Yeah, keep it up. Bad bands, just stop.
Just give it
That
up.
is all. I just address the people of Earth.
If you're not sure whether you're a good band or not, reach out in the comments. We'll give it a listen and let you know.
Yeah, that'll be our. We'll basically do what dog does. I didn't like it. Liked it. We'll just we'll go through it. Good band, actually.
Just a straight response. Nope.
Send us $50 and we'll say
One sentence about something else.
Yeah,
We'll
monetize that shit.
we'll go off on a rant about something completely different.
Yeah.
We'll read
This
it.
is a shout out to the dog. Dog, people are sending you $50 to review their album. Do a better job because you suck at reviews.
Well, bro, it's more of a fucking shout out than a fucking review.
If it's a shout out, stick to the music, dude.
So I didn't even listen to the whole damn thing, but pretty fucking good.
Pretty good. Didn't listen to the whole damn thing. I didn't listen to 20 minutes. I listened to one song. We don't need another Malignancy. We didn't sound like Malignancy.
Intro wasn't bad.
No, dog sucks at reviews. You call that a review?
Well, he's not a music man. He's this is catchy.
Wow.
This isn't catchy. that ain't a Toonski.
I saw people commenting on that video. They're like, dog, you're shitting on all your listeners, you dummy.
Yeah, what are you doing with your life?
And whatever happened to get a real life. Get a real life with a real cat. Or wait, no, fuck
Come
cats.
on.
Get a dog. That's a real animal.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna bring up something about something. Oh yeah, Joe never got his review. What happened?
I don't know. I didn't look after that. I just skimmed through the episodes before that day he sent that message. I didn't look at anything further, so I don't know.
I'm gonna read out my business on the show right now. This is from Joe from Delirium Shroud. He says, I was really deep diving into our last track yesterday, and I think I didn't even respond to this yet. This was sent to me on like Friday. I think we should try to record the bass directly into my interface. I think without the room saturation, the 8-string amp. So he wants me to record the bass again. I don't want to. I'm thinking if I do, he should just come over here because that's not fair that we have to go over there again. He can bring his interface if I'm plugging directly into an interface.
Yeah, you
Right?
just need a computer with his program on there to.
Yeah, that's not fair. If I don't know, man, I kind of don't want to though.
Yeah, just say I like it.
I don't want to. I don't want to relearn it again. We kind of had it. We kind of had a deal. We had a good thing going. You know.
Yeah, I think it's all good. It's just like a basic kind of rehearsal demo type of thing
That's all
anyway.
it was supposed to be, anyways. Yeah, a rehearsal demo. It doesn't need to be perfect.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's fine.
Okay, that's 2 against 1.
Oh,
Sometimes democracy prevails.
Joe's,
Sorry, bud.
Joe's stronger than us though. He'll
Maybe not both of us combined.
he is. He might have to do that bass again actually. Now that I think about it.
Cut out. Joe's stronger than us. Joe will assault us until I do it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I look forward to seeing
alright,
those
here's-
pens out.
What's that?
I'm here for it.
Ah, cool. Here's a positive message here. This was from a guy named Aaron. I don't know if he's ever reached out before, but he says, "Psyched for the Geneva virus episode, boys. Thanks for the coverage. I've got a lot of catching up to do, but I'm hyped for this episode. Thank y'all for giving me regular entertainment during a busy time at work. It helps." So
Aw.
cool. Somebody, yeah, reach out and touch fate and tell us stuff.
Reach out
Because-
and touch faith.
Yeah, because that like boosts morale, as Michael Scott would say, and yeah, then we could continue doing this, and we're in better moods, even if
Jesus.
if I'm having like allergy issues right now.
Someone to hear your prayers.
Someone who
Yeah, I'll
cares.
stop now. It's all good.
Someone who cares.
So on to something completely different. Did you guys watch Happy Gilmore 2 yet?
No.
No.
Oh, come on.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was like very much a homage in a like Grown Ups 1 and 2 style to Happy Gilmore.
If I really think about it, I can't imagine myself not liking that. I'm sure I would like it.
I wasn't like bursting out laughing crazy, but I was chuckling, throughout the whole movie.
All right,
And
that's-
I guess you could say the weird thing about it was just like the millions of like cameos throughout it, and then what else? That was pretty much it. Like it was just like unnecessary like people showing up.
I was laughing my head off at Grown Ups too, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it's like that sort of humor where like some like conversation ends and then like one person does like a little monologue about the situation after, they do that a lot in like the
Mhm.
Grown Ups 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of humor in there.
I heard the new Naked Gun's supposed to be surprisingly good.
Yeah, I rewatched 1, 2, 3 of the original. I want to, be brushed up on that before I watch the new one because,
Going fresh.
yeah, it seems pretty good.
Never seen any of those movies.
You seen Airplane though, right?
Yeah, I've seen Airplane.
Same
Haven't seen Naked
Same guys, arguably better
Oh.
than
Gun,
Airplane.
though. Okay. Maybe I'll give that a try. Possibly tonight. It's
Yeah,
possible.
at least watch the first one. Like, it's just like very literal humor. And if you got a funny bone in your body, it's gonna tickle.
Yeah, funny boner.
I've been noticing that a lot of people in the past like year or two have been posting about the Norwegian black metal band Aternus. Do you guys have any opinion on them?
I do. Nothing terribly exciting, but what have people been posting about them? Like, there's
Nothing. Just like that they're listening to their music, and I see it all the time. Yeah, I see Eternus being posted a lot, daily for like a couple of years now.
Really?
And yeah, like the only thing that I had ever heard previous was the EP Dark Sorcery, and I like that. Um,
Yeah. Dark
Yeah, but
Sorcery
I'm-
is one of my favorite Norwegian black metal EPs, I guess. But I mean, even among albums, it ranks really high for me. I love that EP. It's so dark, moody, and it's sleepy. It has like a sleepy vibe to it.
I like Dark Sorcery. I always remembered it as like, oh, black metal with death metal vocals, awesome. Um, but I went through this weekend to the first two albums, and I have to say, I didn't really like the first one. I thought it was boring.
Really?
Beyond the Wander, yeah, I thought it was boring. Beyond the Wandering
love that
Moon.
one.
And then I went through, and so the night became, and I was going through the comments, and so many people have praised this thing so much. And then I came across a comment saying, "This is boring," and I have to be honest, I find it kind of boring too.
Well, can't say I agree.
No,
No, Beyond the Wandering Mood, I love that one a lot. So the Night Became, I don't like
Yeah,
it quite
Night
as much,
Became.
but I do like it. Their death metal stuff, I like it. I wouldn't. I'm not over the moon about it, but I don't dislike it.
you ever
Probably
listen to
do
that
that.
band, Paul? Eternus?
I think I checked out the first album like a while ago, but it was kind of, I think, during the time that Radical Research was going through like the Norweird bands, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is a Norwegian band, let me just check it out. And wasn't really memorable to me, but trying to stick out with like the weird Norwegian bands is probably a tough gig.
And so the
If
night
you-
became their second isn't that weird.
No, I don't think they're a particularly weird. Period. Like they're
No,
a
they're
black
not. I
metal
think you
band
might be
that
thinking
turned.
of Arcturus.
No. I'm just saying, like, when I'm listening to that band, which isn't weird, compared like
Yeah.
the other weird Norwegian bands, like that one's probably gonna get in the back burner for like my attention and remembering it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's just kind of there versus like In the Woods and Virus and Arcturus too, like you said, Datumsgard, stuff like that. It's like
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm missing something. I mean, I feel like I could like So the Night Became. It's pretty. Honestly, it's like one of the most normal black metal albums I've ever heard. Uh, I don't know. I don't know if I need more time with this or if I shouldn't. If I just don't like it in general.
I'd say you need more time for it. I can't imagine you not liking either of those albums.
It's not
But
even that I don't like them. I did find them a little bit. I don't know, lacking something for me.
I think you will hear something. You will hear whatever is lacking. I think it's there. You just didn't catch it the first time or two around.
I think
I
you
could be
just
wrong.
gotta see what these influencers are saying about it, and then
Yeah, we'll see what the influencers are saying, and then that'll influence my own thought process.
yeah.
Fred's
But
an influencer,
whatever-
and he just said give it more time. So
But whatever the case, though, I will concede that the albums for me do not come close to touching Dark Sorcery.
Dark Sorcery is great. I like Dark
a
Sorcery.
world of its own. It's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time where I've had to come back to something because I didn't quite feel anything or understand something. So it's always possible, and there's always some time to do that. Let's see. Listen to a few things that I really enjoyed this weekend. The Meat Shits. I listened to their I think it's called like the Second Torture album or whatever from like '95. You ever hear that, Paul?
Have to see. See.
It's it's a black and white cover. I listened to Fuck Frenzy. Fuck Frenzy is okay from '92.
Oh yeah, I listened to that one, Ecstasy
The
of
Second
Death.
Degree of Torture.
I don't think I listened to that one.
No,
Mm-mm.
I hadn't until
98.
recently. Yeah, dude, there's parts on it that are even look at the album art. It's kind of
Yeah,
Infester-ish.
that's what I was thinking right now.
Yeah, it's got the Infester vibes. I mean, it's like the logo is different, the artwork is totally different. Um, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, so would recommend going because I'm going through the meat shits now, so I've only gone through a few things so far, but yeah, terrific band. I don't think I ever went through their discography other than Ecstasy of Death,
Yeah.
besides like random little songs.
Yeah, because
So
I
I
know that there
it's
was
time.
a point where it was like a comp out, like I think it was called like the Horrible
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something like that. Um, so that's where I mainly heard a lot of their stuff, but um, I think the only ones I've listened to individually are Fuck Frenzy, Ecstasy of Death, and Violence Against Feminist Cunts.
yeah. I have that one on the list too. That's the one with the like kind of Leisure Suit Larry looking album art.
Yeah, it's very PS2.
Yeah, PS2, not PS1. There's a copy for sale for $117. Should I buy it?
Do it.
It can go down a little bit, maybe 100. Give him an offer for 100.
I can buy the Sniper at the Fag Parade LP. Oh, never mind, it's not for sale. Oh, it's
Oh.
blocked on Discogs.
Yeah.
What? Ridiculous.
Look how they have a song called Wiccan Bitch.
Yeah, meat shits are
Gender
great.
Bender, Gender Bender Offender. Yeah, you have any opinions on the meat shits, Fred?
They're on
Uh,
Wild Rags.
Yeah, Wild Rags. That
Yeah,
Fuck
they
Frenzy
were.
came off on Wild Rags.
I haven't spent a ton of time with them. I know I like what I've heard, but I haven't spent enough time to have opinions on favorite albums and etc. Or
Seems like they
releases,
go from
whatever.
like atmospheric death metal to sort of just noise grind, like within the albums, kind of willy nilly.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, so check that out. Also, the new Blasphema Go to Christ album, pretty good. I
Oh, they have a
enjoy
new
it.
one?
Yeah, they got one that came out I think this year in like May or something.
Didn't
It's
know that.
good. It's got the goat penis, the later goat penis sound with like I don't know, kind of just well, goat penis is kind of straight black metal, anyways, right?
Well,
Because
was
it
the
doesn't
guy
really
from
feel like.
Goat Penis on that recording, or is this after he passed away?
This is after, but that guy was that guy was playing bass. That I forget what his name is.
Let's see.
Saboth or something.
Oh no, this was recorded with him.
Are you talking about the guitar player?
Yeah. Oh,
Is
look
he
at the
not?
notes. Much
he
of the
not?
album material is written by the two deceased members. Original
Oh,
title
oh,
was Sulphurous Burns Upon Heaven. Eventually, the band and label settled with Bestial Abominator. All right.
yeah. Okay. Well, there's the answer to that. But yeah, that's a solid album. I enjoyed it.
Cool.
It doesn't say it's not typical war metal. It's basically just like kind of heavy black metal.
Hmm.
It's cool. So would recommend that.
What did you think of what's it called? Was another fucking band that had Death Worship. What do you think of Death Worship?
I learned one of their songs a long time ago, back when I was doing like guitar covers on Instagram. They're cool. I think a lot of people just see that. I remember there was a review on fucking on deathmetal.org where it was like, oh, this is the municipal waste of the war metal world. It's like this is party war metal.
Party war metal.
Yeah, I thought it's fine. I honestly I never go back to it. I didn't give that much of a fuck to,
Hmm.
but it was fine at the time. I feel like there was a lot of stuff during the 2013 through 2015 era that I just haven't come back to. But
Yeah,
there
I can see
was,
that. It's a bit of
yeah,
an era that has kind of fallen behind others, I think. Not that there
yeah,
was
that
bad
was,
stuff in there, it just doesn't come to mind as readily as other eras right now.
yeah, that was kind of like that's like when Horrendous came out with the album. That is when the Cavern Core stuff was big. That is when who else was big at that time? Oh, Beyond came out of that era, but Beyond I think is Beyond almost gets a little bit forgotten too. I think.
Like Beyond the German band,
Yes,
that they were fantastic.
yeah, they were good, but I feel like they kind of they do get forgotten. They're not mentioned as much anymore,
No,
or
I
at
think
least
people have
I
kind of
don't see.
forgotten about Fatal Power of Death, but that
Yeah,
to me was one of the best death metal albums of the 2010s.
I think
Like that
it
was
kind of it almost loses its credibility because it comes out when it comes out, and I think people sort of saw it as something that it wasn't. Because I kind of did at the time. I almost saw it as like a war metal thing when it really was more of a early Morbid Angel Necrovore type of thing.
I
I just sort of
yeah,
didn't realize it at the time.
I heard all the Morbid Angel and Necrovore comparisons, but I also got a lot of South American thrash out of it too, like Mutilator, what have you, kind of throw in there. Maybe it was the vocals, I don't know, but I heard a lot of that in there as well, and I
Yeah.
just thought it was
Either way,
fantastic.
it's super worth it. It's got a million good riffs, and the production on that was I don't know, so much more heavy than most things in a way that's
Yeah,
like jarring.
yeah, the production was spot on. They nailed it.
The last thing on my list, I don't know why I wrote this. um, Eddie's Menda played in Texas this weekend, and somebody on Instagram posted like a picture of them, and I think I mentioned this to you guys some time ago, where there was like a video. It looked like their singer was like kissing the guitar player's neck or something, and
Yeah.
so always anytime I see people posting Aries Menda, there's always someone in the comments like, "Did they kiss yet? Are they kissed yet?" It's like, how many times are we gonna do this? It's fucking thing.
All
Yeah,
right, well that's a thing.
that's the last on my list. I gotta blow my nose.
Uh,
Ugh. Anything you guys like to bring up?
uh,
Or are you guys all honkied out?
I don't know. It's kind of a dull week. I don't think I got anything. I don't
I
think I
have
have
a
any
dull week too.
collection updates this week at all. My God. Hang on. Let me
Um,
check. Did I?
yeah, I
Oh
didn't get
yeah,
it.
I
I
did.
didn't. What'd you get?
The 2005 Dark Forest demo, Canadian band, and Horizons from Temnazor.
Uh, because of you, I listened to Temnazor this weekend.
Oh yeah. Which one?
Quite good, quite good.
Which one to listen to?
I've heard it. I don't know that I'd spent too much time with that album. I know the second one was the one that I spent more time with, but the first one is super.
Folkstorm.
Yeah, the first one is super. Like I didn't realize how much it was in the Isengard vein and how much it actually riffed.
Yeah, it riffs hard.
Didn't
It
realize
riffs
how
really
much
hard.
clean singing there was on it.
A lot.
Yeah, it is
No,
quite
it's
cool
awesome.
though. Can appreciate.
Folkstorm is really good too. I like that one a lot. It's nowhere near as raw, um, but yeah, no, it's just good pagan folk metal. People who haven't heard it really should check it out.
So you got the Dark Forest within the Dark Forest.
Demo 2005.
Oh, am I spelling Dark Forest incorrectly? I might need a space. And I might need to sneeze. Demo 2005. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking at a different band.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see so I can look, so I can YouTube this.
Yeah, these guys are pretty cool. Their Bandcamp is still up, and I believe it has both albums and the demo.
This is not on YouTube?
I think it's on YouTube.
I don't see it.
But the album, there's two different versions. It was released in 2006, self-released, with a drum machine, and then he reissued it in, I want to say the year after, maybe a couple years after, with an updated logo, and he actually got the drums recorded with a proper drummer. So the reissue of the album has a different drum track to it.
Can you hear that? Can you hear me blowing my nose?
I could not, no.
Maybe my mic doesn't pick up strange noises sometimes, so maybe I'm okay. Oh, man. What about
But
you,
I
Paulie?
don't have their second album. I wanted their second album, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Land of the Evening Star. Cool band.
That's on YouTube. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Evening Star.
But check out that album and demo. They're pretty sick.
Will do. On the
The
list.
demo tracks are on the album, so I mean,
Ah, okay. So it doesn't
we
matter.
recorded, but they're all there.
Gotcha. What about you, Paulus? Anything else?
Other than getting the Wormflem demo on vinyl, nothing really.
Oh, sick!
Yeah.
That out. Oh, I mean, fuck your collection, dude.
I'm not posting it. Everyone got a
Posting
collection.
We're posting this clip, dude.
I think I posted that demo a couple years ago. I found
Is this one? Oh, this is the one where he talks about torturing Martin Luther King and his life work.
no, that's Tomb.
No, it's
Isn't it?
no, it's not.
Oh yeah, no, I'm wrong.
Hell yeah. Red's wrong.
Yeah, I saw it for 42. I was like, okay.
42?
Yeah.
Good God!
You're crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Really? That much?
Yeah.
That's not that much, is it?
The low was 475.
What?
Do you get it on Discogs or what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
I got-
475 as $4.75. That was the low.
Huh. Wow, okay. I got the album and the demo locally at shops here
Of course.
within about a year of each other. And the album was expensive. It was like 120
Yeah.
Canadian, which is actually a fucking great price now.
Yeah, it's like $666.
Well, one copy available right now is $900. So, but the demo vinyl was like, I think $20 Canadian.
Damn.
But yeah, no, I'm looking at the
Well, yeah, look at these other
the
ones
LP.
from like
The
Germany.
the only one available right now is like $100 Canadian. At
Yeah.
least.
And then shipping's like another
Shipping's
70.
Another kick to the crotch. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I consider that a deal. I think it was like $5 or $10 shipping, which isn't bad because I got it in like 3 days somehow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Temnozor album, that was wild. I messaged the guy on Tuesday night, and I paid him on Tuesday night. So he couldn't have shipped it earlier than Wednesday, and I received it on Friday. This is fucking lightning speed.
He's all, oh, Black Death Horizon collection. He's good for it. I'll just send it out early.
He's good for it.
I mean, even if that was his mentality, Tuesday night, it was already This was at literally like 9 o'clock. There's no way I could have gone to the post office that night. So,
He works there.
I mean, it's possible.
I think it's time for our weekly Little Vince shout out. I could have told you, Vincent, the world wasn't meant for one as beautiful as you. It's Don McLean.
Yeah, the day music died was today.
Yeah, the day the music died today, our other guitar player, he didn't quite quit. We're like, oh, we have a show in Reno. And he's like, oh, I don't want to go out of state. Okay, so we can't play? We just can't play shows? That doesn't work, does it?
Nope.
I know,
Yeah,
we had
that's it.
big plans for the Bunsen burner meetup, too, in Canada.
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
hell?
You don't want to play. Yeah, we need a guy who's willing to go out of state. I don't know. I feel like Raph's the kind of guy where we can like convince him to to go.
Yeah, we'll see.
But we'll see. I suppose I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm not gonna not gonna do Don McLean, American Pie. Oh, I sent you Aryan Comp 88. That was a cool album. I don't know if you heard any of it. Thought it was pretty good.
Nah, I've yet to check it out.
Check it out on BitChute. The album title has a funny name. It's called Walloon Bastards Return. What is Walloon?
Don't
It's
know.
almost spelled like balloon.
Hey, did you guys check out the Curse demo yet? I know I just sent it earlier today, but
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I think you'll dig it. It's pretty cool.
Only check out stuff when it's your guys' picks. Just kidding.
Rude.
You don't be rude, dude.
Speaking of which, should we get to it?
To break?
A break?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
you can make
break.
popcorn?
Yeah, let's go make popcorn.
Or nachos?
Do
You like
it.
popcorn or nachos? Mmm.
Put some
if I
popcorn
had
in
the
your nachos.
If I had the choice, I
No.
would have nachos.
I do have nacho cheese.
No nacho cheese.
What?
Melt some cheese. Superior.
Nacho cheese is good.
Yeah.
It tastes good. It's kind of spicy.
I prefer.
It tastes real good when you dip your penis in nacho cheese.
Alright, break time.
Or jalapeno.
That'll be a thumbnail one of these days, there.
You're not cooking. Yeah, I do.
Pork chop sandwiches. Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here! What are you doing? Go! Get the fuck out of here, you stupid idiot! Fuck, we're all dead! Get the fuck out!
My God, did that smell good?
Detect it. There's no going, and you tell me do things. I done running.
G.I. Joe!
Alright, we're back. We're just laughing at the J-Dog edit.
By Mordant Red.
Yeah, of his corpse paint.
It looks good in corpse paint. You should do it.
It's
a
like
look that would
corpse
work for
paint, a long tongue, and fucking
Different
what do you
colored
call it?
eyes.
Like, yeah, eye contacts, like the colored eye contacts.
Like cat eyes or something. Yeah, I just saw that right before we started, so I had to show the boys.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Oh, what do you guys think of that meal I had? Or it's not really a
What the
meal,
hell?
just an item.
What was that? It looked like a chicken nugget in a cone.
Mm-mm. Fred, any
Tell what it
guesses?
was.
A chicken
Meat
foot.
in a cone?
No, so it's even weirder. Really retarded. Real tarded. So waffle cone. Inside,
Beans.
beans and cheese.
Beans and cheese in a waffle cone?
Yeah, they call it the burrito cone
Where'd you get that?
at the fair. This
Where'd
is
you get this?
the most ridiculous item I've seen, so I was like, I gotta try it.
Yeah, it's
I don't-
pretty.
I don't think it counts because you didn't put it together.
Oh, I
So
had
what do you
that, and before that, I had a spicy Polish dog from Pink's, which is really good.
I don't think I've ever had pinks, but Polish dogs are good.
Yeah, that shit was really good. It was a spicy Polish dog.
Nice.
Yeah, but I mean, someone put that together, and then the person who handed it over to me, it was like leaking on their hand, like the beans, and then she was just like all disgusted and shit. It's funny.
Who was?
The person who served me the burrito cone.
She was disgusted that the beans were leaking on her hand.
I think just the item, because
The item was disgusting.
I just saw something on Instagram, and I was like, oh, I guess it's here. And then I asked the information about it, and then the guy's like, I never heard of no bean and cheese cone. And then his younger, correspondent was like, oh, that's over there at Cluck and Charlie's.
Cluck and Charlie's.
Yeah, where they make all the, fried avocados and all the, like, stupid food.
Stupid food. Stupid fair food.
Yeah. So I was like, I never get any of this shit, so let me just try this stupid waffle cone bean and cheese.
And it was stupid.
Yeah, I mean, the things by themselves, it was like a fucking refried, like, bean can with some, like, cheese. And it was like a weirder, kind of like a queso blanco, like, nacho cheese in the bottom, plus, like, some, like, shredded cheese on there. And, yeah, I tried it. The beans and the cheese were fine, and then I tried eating it with the cone, and it just a weird sweet and savory combination with that, and didn't work out.
I wonder who thought of that and why do they keep it on the menu?
I think the fair food is just fair game for, pun intended, with coming out with like stupid ass food.
Okay.
Yeah,
you got like the fried
that's a Wild West for
Oreos.
food.
You got the humongous turkey legs. You got just crazy dumb shit.
Crazy dumb shit. All right. I can't remember the last time I went to a fair. I do. Oh man. I remember a vomit involved at a fair one time. You go on them damn tilt-a-whirl things, people vomit.
Oh yeah.
Plus the
Prime
fair.
vomiting grounds.
Yeah. The food, the vomit, the spinny rides, it's all just really sickening stuff.
Yeah. It's a whole event.
Yeah, what's on the thumbnail today? Somebody suggested that I put Peter Griffin and N-word Jim from that like Huck Finn little cutaway parody thing they did. So that's what it is. It's Peter and N-word Jim. Can you hand me the R? N-word Jim. And then I also put those two characters from the movie Naked Lunch. Paul, you ever seen Naked Lunch?
Nah, just know the book.
That's a You movie. Fred, you know that one?
I think you talked about it, where it's like the
I know
bug
of
people.
it.
Yes, there are bug people. It's
William S. Burroughs thing. Isn't it like who directed it? Wasn't it someone notable?
Probably. Let me take a look. Who directs this thing? David Cronenberg.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah, he's the guy that does the Fly and stuff.
Yeah.
The Fly and like Videodrome and all those kind of body horror. It's one of those kinds of movies. But
Yeah.
it's a little bit more, has a little bit more to do with like hallucinogenics and like the dreamscape sort of, or like the strange conscious, like, is it real, is it not, I don't know. Decent movie. I just thought it was a funny image. Yeah, so are we ready to get into this three-parter here? We'll keep it within an hour so Fred can be in bed at a reasonable time.
I
Yep.
appreciate that. It is.
Okay.
It's getting sleepy o'clock over here.
Yeah, well, if you hear my voice, I already sound like I'm conking out. And I got a cactus cooler. It's cracked open a can of cactus cooler to settle the nerves.
What is a cactus cooler?
You don't know what cactus cooler is? Do Canadians not have that?
No, I don't think so.
Gotta ship one over to him.
It is an orange pineapple soda. It is very good.
That sounds like it would be good.
It is quite good.
I expect the
Cactus
can with the next CD.
I shall wait.
Yeah, it's gonna explode in the mail.
Maybe a bottle.
That's gonna explode too. I would have to pack it real nicely. Maybe just a Ziploc bag of soda.
Tupperware, just the juice in there.
Yeah. Oh, Paul, to give a spoiler alert, the last episode, this isn't a spoiler, but last episode of Sam Hyde's Extreme Peace, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I heard you guys laughing while Raph and I were. Well, I was just watching Raph do surgery on your amp.
Yeah. Did you happen to see the Sam Hyde show last night?
What was it?
Education Sucks, I think was called something like that. Fuck education.
Yeah, that's what it was. No, but I saw the thumbnail. I was probably gonna watch it tomorrow.
Yeah. I won't give any. Well, I guess there was one part where he's talking about like a gifted student leaving a Reddit post, and he's talking about being all fucked up in his head. He's like, I don't know what to do. I'm a gifted student. I'm fucked up. Everything's. I'm gonna die. That's kind of funny. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, we'll get right into it. I think I left you guys with a sort of cliffhanger or spoiler type thing. And I said it's probably a 50-50 chance that either of you guys will like any of these things that I picked today. Fred already gave it away. He liked all of them. So
I did.
Cool. Yeah, if there's anything that these three releases have in common, one, no one's ever heard of these bands. Two, they are not the weirdest, but still kind of off. There's something a bit different about them, I think. Yeah. So with that, we'll get into the first one. So the first one is going to be My Plague from Columbia. Their album Mechanical Infection, 2005. Came off on Mutilated Records. As far as I can tell, Mutilated Records only did a couple from this era. They did My Plague and they did Suppuration. And the rest come out like in the 2020s and maybe late 2010s. So that's kind of interesting. Fred had said that this has some bad case of the 2000s. And I had posted a clip of this on Instagram not too long ago. And Death Metal Shitposting said the exact same thing. But I think that sort of draws me in about it. I like the album art here. It appears to be a woman with an electrical cord, or like an electrical umbilical cord, sort of lighting up her body, kind of like a backwards X-ray or something. It's kind of cool. I think it's dang. And also the name My Plague is kind of interesting. I think I sent this to Julian, and he's like, My Plague, like the Slipknot song. There was a Slipknot song called My Plague for the Resident Evil soundtrack, and there's something about that. Like if it may not, I don't think the band took their name from that. It seems like they were around. Well, actually, it says they were around in 2005, so it's possible. I think My Plague, the song came out in like 2004. But yeah, this sort of gives the vibe that it might be some kind of modernized, like new metalish type thing. The way it looks, the band name, but the music itself is, I guess what you would expect from Colombian brutal death metal, but it's more, I don't know, it's almost kind of nonsensical, these riffs and the way they move and the way the drumming kind of surrounds them. It's almost like if Holocausto from Brazil was a brutal death metal band, or like became a brutal death metal band, while like still retaining their original like noise thrash kind of architecture. That's what it seems like to me. And I guess that's the best little intro I can give to that. But what are your guys' take on My Plague?
I think this was the most interesting of the three. Not
I think
necessarily
so
the one
too.
not necessarily the one I like the most, but the most interesting.
I think this is my favorite of the three.
The aesthetic it goes for actually works out really well with the actual recording. There's a lot of ambient sounds at the beginning and
I think that's from the
throughout
Matrix.
some of the songs. Yeah, and there was one part in the album, I think it was early on-ish, where there's like a monologue of just guttural vocals
Oh yeah.
that went on a bit longer than it really needed to.
Yeah.
But production on this is awesome. I loved that. And it really gives a good sense of mechanical chaos is kind of the best way I can think of describing it.
It still feels quite organic to me.
It does, but it also feels futuristic, if that makes any sense. And maybe it's the sound effects that they add into it, but it gave that futuristic, cybernetic kind of vibe, even if none of the instruments necessarily feel inorganic.
I feel like
I
it
don't know.
either does one of two things. It either these riffs are all filler or none of them are. It's a very strange kind of thing, because with Columbian Brutal Death, it seems to me that there's a lot of stuff that they're like standout riffs, but a lot of the in-between stuff where it's kind of just supposed to be blasting noise, a lot of the other riffing seems to come from like Disgorge or something, where there's not much else they know what to do, so they kind of default back into the Disgorge type riff. This band doesn't really do that. They kind of like they just kind of have a bunch of like nonsensical riffs and throw them together. It's kind of strange without any of it sounding like indecipherable noise. Like Amputated Genitals, I was listening to that earlier. That has a lot of the kind of Disgorge mediators, and so does Carnal, and so does Mindly Rotten. What I noticed, this one sort of doesn't do that, but it's the intensity is still there, but the riffing is a bit different. And it's also kind of strange that this genre-wise has technical brutal death metal. I don't really see it as any more technical than any other Colombian brutal death metal, for that matter. But Paulie, any thoughts on this thing? Check it out.
Yeah, I think that this one is my second favorite of the bunch.
Second favorite. Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's sort of like exactly where it lands. It's like in between, sort of sound wise, between the two records that I like, and the third one that I like is what I like least about the record, My Plague. So like you're saying that they kind of default into like these kind of what you expect Discord sort of riffs and just try to keep up the intensity like you said, but like that's kind of
I meant that this record doesn't have the Discordy type of parts.
oh I
Kind
was
of
hearing
avoids
that.
I think.
I was
Really?
hearing that.
I think it avoids that completely.
No, it's like very like I don't know, there's like slop riffs in here, but then there's also like really, really good riffs in here. So it's just like from what I understood, I thought you were saying that this does have like the Discord stuff. So I was like, yeah, I agree with that because
No. I think it kind of lacks that. It almost feels like, for the most part, nothing but nonsense riffs put
Yeah.
together, where like there aren't Discord mediators where there usually would be with other Colombian bands. I think it's kind of missing that.
yeah. Well, I think like some like you said, they're like nonsense riffs, but like
Yeah.
some of them like hit and then others miss for me. But I do like the production. I love the first 5 seconds with like that little like robot voice going on.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Again, again, I think that's from The Matrix.
yeah, I like that a lot, and I also love the vocals, but it does get a bit monotonous for me, but not as much as the third record that you know is not my favorite of the bunch, but it definitely lies in the middle between other Colombian bands. This one kind of gets, I guess, stuck behind them. so it's not really like a like standoutish for me. Like it just felt like a just like a Colombian record to me, and it didn't really stand out to me as like one of my favorites or something like Blaze Inside or what was it called? Extremely Rotten Flesh or something.
Extremely
Internal
Rotten Fred.
Suffering.
Extremely Rotten Fred.
Yeah, so it was just kind of like, or like even Mental Apraxia too. Like those ones just stand out to me. I guess because they're a bit weirder than this one, because it was kind of like one note for me. Like it just seems like they're kind of just doing the same thing over and over. But I guess what differentiated it was like the actual riffing here. But like I said, some of it landed for me and some of it didn't. But at no point did I want to turn it off or anything. Like it's not bad at all. It's just like nothing really stood out to me making this like a great record. You know what I mean?
I think it's a cool record. I think it is a bit different from what I've come to understand about the Colombian stuff. I really don't think that this actually compares to a whole lot. It doesn't seem like there's anything that's that's typical on this record. It feels like they kind of were able to do like these little riff fragments and sort of just turn them into like elongated forms that like make a song. And in that sense, I think it does stand out a bit and kind of I would say kind of make it stand out from the rest. I understand why this is not like more known at all. I understand why this is where it is. I found this. Also, the three bands that I picked are all like stuff that I found this year, so it's all like new stuff to me. Yeah, and I'll say this like up front: none of these three are necessarily like blow you away, magical, cool, like amazing records. They are just something that I see as a bit different, and something that if you never came across it, you're gonna hear it at least once here now. And I think it's worth at least a listen.
I think it's in this one. In any case, I think it's worth more than a listen. This was thoroughly enjoyable. If I found this one, I would buy it. I will tell you that much.
It's definitely cool. It has the sort of primitive like what would you even call it? Yeah, like a primitive metal take. It feels very real metal. It doesn't. There's not a lot where you can say like, oh, it's got parts of Brutal Death that I don't like. There kind of aren't Wigger parts. There kind of aren't things that I would consider standard. I don't think that any of the riffing here is standard, and I think the way that they kind of just flub through it, especially on the drums, makes it interesting to like dissect and digest. I feel like there are things on this record that much like the final record that we'll do tonight, there are things that can be like missed, and you might have to come back to this record a few times to like truly appreciate it, or to actually hear what's going on. And I find it interesting that the final track is a Dead Infection cover when this band really kind of doesn't sound anything like Dead Infection. It's kind of interesting.
I will say, of the three that we're covering tonight, in terms of production, this one is hands down the best. The production on this one sounds fantastic, and the other two, they have their own sound going for it, but this one I think is the most balanced sounding and the best sounding. Overall, I think this was, I'd say this was my second favorite of the three, but in terms of production, hands down the best.
Yeah, I find it interesting. I saw when I came across this, I found it through or the first two bands we'll be covering, I found through an advanced search on Metal Archives. I think I looked up bands that were formed from like 98 to '05, and this was one of the bands. Kind of immediately drawn in by the cover, and I kind of listened to it a little bit, was like, okay, this seems cool, and kind of kept coming back to it leading up to doing the Brutal Block, and it seemed like something interesting to put on here. Yeah,
The more I look
do
at the cover,
disagree.
the more I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. I do disagree with Paul though. He says this is a little bit more typical. I kind of disagree. I don't think there's a lot of things. Mainly guitar wise, the drums and vocals, yeah, they are sort of typical. But as far as the riffs go, they're hard to dissect. Okay, you know how we talk about like fuck it riffs? This thing is almost consistently fuck it riffs right next to each other in strange ways, I think. And I like stuff like that. It may not be conventional songwriting, but it is some that feels like strange types of thrash, like I mentioned, Holocausto and things. It's stuff that I like to dissect, and I like to kind of come back to every so often because it is so extreme and so kind of stupid, but possibly genius. Just the way I feel about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
With that, would you guys like to listen to a couple tracks here?
Yeah,
Yep.
let's sample this.
Okay. What I want to do is actually listen to the first two tracks, but I guess we'll separate them after the first one's done. Do you guys want to skip the intro and go from 2 to 3? The
Yeah.
intro is long. Let me. Okay. Well, we'll be right back. I'll just find out where this thing ends.
All right, we're back from what's that song called?
I don't know what that song's called.
My
That song is
Plague.
called My Plague. Yeah.
What is
Alright.
your plague?
What's your plague?
Stick it to the manliosis.
Yeah, we skipped the Matrix intro, and it went into something Paul said was I know we keep saying the same thing, discourse, but I feel like it like right off the bat kind of gives you what this album is like presenting is these riffs that don't have enough notes in them to be like technical death metal, brutal death metal proper, but maybe that's what kind of makes it brutal death or technical death metal, where all of these things kind of side by side might put it in that segment. Like that first riff was a rhythmic riff. It was like dun 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 dun. A normal band would go like dun 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 dun, but this band just kind of blast through it like fucking idiots. And then the next thing you get is something that sounds like I don't even
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like that it's like fucking Homer Simpson like strangling a guitar, and it just like happens to be playing these notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the second riff almost sounds like a possessed riff.
Mm-hmm.
You know that possessed riff? It's like it
Yeah.
almost sounded like that, which I love. I love that possessed did those like nonsense riffs that are like slightly melodic, but they're also slightly like, why are you doing this? Why did you include that in your album? This album seems to be consistently full of those. It goes from the kind of rhythmic part to the possessed nonsense into like something that could be like a slow Swedish or like any, it could be really like anything, just like a chicka 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 chicka, but where a normal death metal band would be like this band just blasts through it. I don't recall that they changed drum beats at all. I think it might have just been blasting through every single
No, they
riff
did that.
variation.
They did that beat that you mimicked right now. They did that here and there.
Did they?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell because they don't do it in a way where
Yeah, it's not
where
dynamic
it's
at all.
expected at all. And I like that. I like how kind of I like how stupid this is. This is really interesting to me. It I mean, do you see what I kind of mean, Paul? Where like I feel like there's no other band that I've heard that does anything like this. The parts are too separated, but it kind of works because every single one of them is kind of dumb and every single one of them is short. And so there's room to kind of go from riff to riff when they're all just these like riff segments, and the fact that it's not changing in ways that you would expect, that it sort of flows in this kind of like just dumb caveman kind of way. It just feels very different. It feels very primitive and sort of like high-minded at the same time, in a way that I have never heard any other band do, if that makes sense.
I hear it just like as like a riff band. So like the rest of the like the drums and the vocals will like, it's kind of just having like a backing track go on while these riffs are going,
Yeah.
left and right everywhere, and it's just having these blasts and halftime blasts of beats going on, like even like you said during the like rhythmic riffs, normal bands would like syncopate with that, but they just kind of blasted through it.
Yeah.
And like I thought that was cool, and just that intro was like it was just kind of like dragged on for me. But then as soon as it went to like those like possessed type riffs and just bounced in between those and then going into the rhythmic like chuggy sort of riff, like that the rest of the song was great for me. And I like the it was like a double stroke on the ride, so it's like yeah,
I heard that.
doing like the bouncing on there, so that was cool. But it was just like what you'd expect out of like the Columbian scene, in a way of like not being very like dynamic or I guess that's the word. Just dynamic. It's just kind of like going one note the whole way. Where I feel like there's other bands that move as a unit to be dynamic rather than like mainly relying on the riffs to do that.
Yeah. Well, I think the things that you don't like about this are the things that I do. So it might just be that I find this style and the way they do it on this album interesting. Whereas I understand where that could be like a fault for like you, but for me, I I like that it works the way it does.
Yeah, I think it's like kind of paradoxical. It sounds like savagely mechanical. It's like almost like the gears are broken or something.
I like that sound though, and I think generally speaking, in terms of the differing opinions between the two, I'm leaning more towards Dan's. But I'm totally with you that the intro was way too long, especially considering this is a 25-minute release. Spending like 3 minutes on an intro is like, move it along, guys.
You mean the intro?
No, yeah. I meant the intro riffs.
Yeah, he meant the riffs, not the intro.
I like the intro.
I liked it too, but it went on for too long. But I thought the intro riffs were perfect. Like the timing was good. They didn't go on too long for me.
Yeah, they didn't go on too long, but it was just like, wouldn't it be better for them to just go right into like the kind of essence of the band being like these weird fucking riffs? Like to hear a song start like that, like.
Yeah, but the way you're describing it is like what you want, and they're saying, "Fuck it, we're gonna do what we want." See?
Yeah, come on.
I'm making these like retarded arguments. Paul's like, "You're reaching."
It's not all about you, Paul.
That's what that sound of Paul going. That's Paul telling me I'm reaching.
My opinion's all about me. What are you talking about?
It's me. Paul smells bullshit. Paul calls bullshit. Better call bullshit.
This is fraud.
Wow.
There was one more thing I wanted to bring up about this song before we went into the next one. If my mind can remember what the fuck I was going to say about it. Yeah, what the fuck were we saying? What the hell was the last point?
Riffs going on for too long?
Riffs going on for too long? Oh, no. I know what the final point was. Yeah, I don't think the riffs go on for too long at all. That was kind of my other point, too. It's like, if you don't like the riff that's going on, give it 1 second. There'll be another one with the same drum beat in just a moment. Yeah, but this style of writing, I don't know where I understand it does sound Columbian, but it sort of stands out in that the Columbian bands will kind of save their power for these kind of epic retard riffs.
Yeah.
This band is kind of nothing but epic retard riffs, and I look forward to hearing each one as it goes on. And it's like it's unpredictable in a way that is actually unpredictable. Yeah, and I think this is just fun to kind of sparse out and see where it goes. So it's not going to be in anyone. I don't think it's going to be in anyone's number one. It's not going to be in anyone's like top, but it is. I feel like it's like I said. All these albums are worth hearing at least once, and knowing that they're there. All right, and if you don't think so, whatever. I'm showing you them anyways.
That's the name of the game.
On to the next.
We'll just press play until
the song stops.
I think it kind of goes for a while. I'm not sure if it was like 2 or 3 songs that we're supposed to go through. I really don't. It's hard to tell. Whatever.
All right, we'll be right back.
Yes.
back from the album.
Sloth?
I love how that
From
last
Slop.
scream kind of just fades away into nothingness. It's kind of eerie.
It's kind of beautiful. That one was a little bit more rhythmic than the first one was. That one, it was still blasting, but it like, I feel like when he was hitting the ride, it sort of, it like accentuated all the parts that were supposed to be groovy. Although the snare sort of didn't stop. It did slow down a little bit on the like, yeah, on the parts that were supposed to be groovy. And I like that transition section. It does it like 3 times, but it's kind of weird that it's like jetting, 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 jetting. You keep blasting on that, but you also kind of do that thing where you like pinch harmonic the tremolo string, and then into a blast beat with the gutturals into something that's almost like, well, something that was similar to that first riff, but like on a different string. It was like that's almost like an evil thrash riff, except it's the timbre of it is strange because it's like blasting way too fast or doing something that shouldn't be done. Yeah, and then it sort of just does that pinch thing, outro, and you there you have it. You have another sloppy song, but something that's cool and kind of enamors me. I think this is the song that I heard when I was kind of like, yeah, I do like this. I got up to this song. I'm like, yeah, this is definitely cool. Well, what do you guys make of this one?
Definitely more rhythmic than the first
Final
one.
prognosis for the mechanical infection.
Definitely more rhythmic than the first one. I think I overall prefer the first one. It felt more chaotic, and that's why I liked more about this album. But I mean, still a good track. It's good.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with Fred, where a lot of what I like about this band is their like weird, sort of melodic, epic riffs that are just so strange and like they don't like
They're like barely melodic.
Yeah, I don't want to. They're just like higher notes, basically, that they're using, and I think that, like here they're playing a lot more with like the like rhythm aspect of the riffing, and it just didn't give me that same like the things I liked about especially that first song that we listened to. So it was just like not really it for me, but it was weird in a different way than what I've heard through the rest of the album, which is a lot more of like the higher notes, sort of weird riffing that's like you said, fragments. But it's like they just kind of strip out all the bullshit out of these like riffs, because they still do resolve. Like there's like just enough for it to loop back around again, like in a really unique way. But like here, it was just kind of more rhythmic play that I don't know. I guess I didn't really like too much, or like it didn't really stand out for me.
Yeah, this one was actually the song that I think this might be my favorite song on the record.
I mean, that's sick, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, that's okay. You can have your opinion. Yeah, I just I see this as very, very strange. Not everybody's cup of tea, but that's okay. It's weird. It's there. I find it interesting. I don't really know any other bands that do what this band does. So in that sense, I see it as a bit original, and not only sound wise, but aesthetically in the name too, and everything kind of. For me, this is I don't know, just something very cool.
Whole package release for you.
What's that?
Whole package release for you.
It's kind of a whole package for me. It's everything I was kind of looking for in a random death metal band, and I found it in a random death metal band. So with that being said, shall we move on to the next random death metal band?
I will give one last comment. Taken and Avoid. I don't like their name. It sounds like a deathcore band.
It does. I kind of like that though. I find that cool when it a name like that sort of takes you off guard.
I think taken in the context of the album, it winds up being pretty cool. But if I was flipping through the CD bin and found this with that artwork, I'm like, my plague, fuck this shit.
Understandable.
Right?
But little did you know, it's extremely sloppy, retarded, brutal death
It's
from Columbia.
actually pretty sick, yeah.
It's kind of crazy, yeah. Yeah, so the next, ouch, my ass. So the next,
Not ass pain.
yeah, well, not really my ass, more my hip. Oh, my hip! Yeah, for the next random death metal band, this is the same thing. I found this the same time, the same search that I found my plague. Advanced search, death metal band, brutal death metal bands formed from 98 to 05. This album came out in 2002. Fred pronounced this word differently than I did. I said Acephalus. I don't remember.
I'd say Acephalus, but
Acephalus.
I'm hardly an authority on medical terms.
Right. Yeah, I looked up this medical term, and it means headless. So it's referring to a fetus who lacks a head or has a very small, nub for a head. And I was looking for an image of this, and I looked up Acephalus, and I saw a fetus with no head, but it looked like a bloated toad. It looked disgusting.
I can see that.
Really made me sick. Yeah, this one, kind of weird. It's produced by Eric Rutan of fucking Ripping Corpse and Hate Eternal. And I don't recall if these guys, let me see, if they're in any other bands. Looks like they have, a demo and then an album, I think? I'm not on their page. Yeah, so they have an EP 2001 with Acephalus. So yeah, it looks like they had an EP with the same songs on it. This is just the more complete version. They did an independent release. And it doesn't seem to be that there's a whole lot of bands with this genre tag on Metal Archive. It's just brutal / melodic death metal. I looked that up, and there's only 22 bands in the whole entire world with that genre tag. And the rest of them, I didn't know who they were. Even something like Broken Torso and Appalling Spawn are not tagged under the genre brutal melodic death metal. They're just brutal death metal. But this one's kind of weird. It's like it doesn't seem to have a whole lot to do with actual brutal death metal. There's like certain parts that I kind of, and at the same time, it really doesn't sound like what you would expect melodic death metal to sound like. It almost has this weird like MySpace quality to it. It's very strange. Like it reminds me of a forgotten project that I cannot find. It was called Asylum, and I believe it had Brendan Small from Death Clock in it. But it was kind of like this heavy metal, death metal mixture, and that's what this almost feels like to me. There's it's not like this band is not gimmicky just because I don't think the gimmick is it's melodic death metal, but like with brutal death metal vocals and a few brutal death metal parts. It doesn't really sound like either. It kind of has this very amateurish quality to it, but at the same time I see what they were going for kind of, and it's got like bits of epic riffing in it. It's got bits of like just kind of catchy, easy riffing, but I think this is relatively original. I don't think I've ever heard a band that sounds quite like this. It's a little bit hard to pinpoint what they're doing, why they're doing it. I don't quite understand, but it is interesting to me. And I am curious to I'm especially curious to what Paul thought of this.
Oh, fine. Be that way.
We'll go for it. It's the least interesting take first.
Wow.
This is not the Be Rude to Fred show, okay?
I'm going home. This was my least favorite of the three.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay.
not to say that I didn't enjoy it, because I did. But it was the least interesting of the three. Totally agree with what you said about this being the least brutal death metal. To me, this sounded like, for lack of a better term, regular death metal, but with
It sounds
brutal,
like stupid
brutal
kids.
death metal vocals. Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding. This was my favorite one. And
This is your favorite one.
like you said, though, listening to it, I'm like, yeah, this isn't really brutal death metal, but
No.
it isn't really melodic death metal.
Not really.
It's like it's like it's basically like defying its terms, which like it's brutal death metal with heavy metal parts in it. It's it's like that's exactly what brutal death metal was like getting away from, and this is exactly defying that. Defining aspect of it,
Yeah.
and this is my favorite due to it being very cohesive as a band. So like every
Yeah.
part would be going very dynamically with one another, and following with the structures of the songs, and the vocals are great. I mean, you can't. There wasn't really anything that turned me off from this at all. Like, this is a really great record, and like you said, with other melodic, brutal death metal bands like Vehemence and Appalling Spawn, like Gathia Flame, like this one doesn't sound anything like those, like Broken Torso, anything.
No, it's not spastic in like any way.
No, it's very like, I don't know who made it brutal. Like, sure, there are some like heavier, chuggier riffs, but like even those bands have even more riffing styles like that, and riffs in general that are even more so like brutal death metal.
It almost just feels like metal band.
Yeah,
Just call this metal band.
yeah. It's, I guess they're like, okay, the vocals are brutal death metal, or they're low enough, and you guys are playing some, I don't know, it's like it's not even like, I don't even hear it as like thrashy either. It's just kind of like
Really? Not
like
really.
kind of just more, I guess, an evolved take on like death metal, but with being heavily influenced by like heavy metal riffage in a way. I don't know, like it kind of skips over thrash. But yeah, this was my favorite one of the bunch, like you predicted.
Well, when I first heard this, I brought it up to you a few times. I'm like, have you heard this? Have you heard this? Because it seemed like you. It seemed like a you record.
Yeah, I didn't check it out until we covered it. So yeah, great pick.
Okay. I want to go with the first song because the first song I think might be the most dynamic that it has to it. It moves around the most because some of these sort of stay in one or two places. I think this one moves around at least one more time than the other ones do.
It's holistically the very mid-pace record.
Yeah, there are a few blasts
it is.
here, but not too many.
Yeah, because even when they get faster, it's still slow.
So yeah, weird that Eric Rutan had anything to do with this, and weird that this is just. I struggle to find anything that sounds anything like this. It seems like these guys were just very inspired to start a metal band, and I understand that this is not bigger whatsoever. This is pretty. I don't think anybody ever heard this, because it doesn't really touch on what most people are looking for. You have niches and you have mixing of the niches, but this one just falls outside of the framework like completely, and it just turns out that this album is very unique. Whether you love it or don't, it is unique,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, without further to do, let's check out track 1 off Forgotten Shadows.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, we're back.
Yeah, that outro kind of like it bled right into the next song.
Yeah,
You
it was
realize
like,
you're listening to another
yeah,
song.
it was like, okay, the last bit's gonna be the first. But yeah, great song. I love the whole band's dynamics. We were talking about my gripes with my plague and like not making things really stand out like the way this would or this does. And Dan said, yeah, normal bands would make
Yeah,
things
normal
stand
band
out where my plague is not normal. And
They are just kind of. It seems like they didn't even care.
yeah,
It seems like they didn't care.
the drummer was just stuck on blast beat, and I mean it goes with the
it's
territory, but
it's hard
I
to tell. It's hard to tell whether that was a conscious decision or not.
yeah, and right off the bat, it's this. These are just like slowed down Cataclysm riffs, which is probably why I like it so much. Like the drums are kind of doing like a triumphant stompy sort of beat over where like Cataclysm would be like or something over these riffs, and it almost has like that epic quality of Ares Kingdom. Thanks, Chubb, for covering that recently. But yeah, what do you guys think?
It seems like there are a few parts here where they do the like. I mean, there's a lot of brutal death metal bands that do that like little happing thing. Yeah, it seems like they sort of want to show that they can do technical stuff, but I don't think it's purposefully. I think the technical stuff kind of just comes naturally.
What do you mean? They had like 2-3 solos in this one track in 3 minutes.
Well, I mean, within the actual riffs that
Yeah.
were sort of like the strangest parts. I don't think that any of those are like forced. It seems like everything kind of moves exactly at the speed it needs to, and exactly as the changes come. It's extremely organic. It's sort of it like I said before, it's sort of strange that this doesn't really encapsulate either thing, melodic or brutal death metal. It has tiny little fragments of parts that make those genres, but the tiny little fragments of those parts these guys are able to sort of hone in on, as far as like entire songs are written.
Yeah.
Using that,
And I feel like
doing it in a way that like flows, in a way that makes sense. There's nothing here that's like nonsensical, I don't think.
And I feel like, yeah, it took so long for like a little inkling of like brutal death metal riffing to come up at all, and it seems like it's not the case where it's like these guys have digested brutal death metal in such a way that it comes out in their own sort of form. It's like, it seems like they're not even like they're not even consciously making this brutal death metal, like besides the vocals, because it's just very mid-pace sort of death metal, but it does flow very organically, where in My Plague you're like, I don't know where this is gonna go, and you're kind of just pinballing around, where here it's like you're kind of just going down a like a river in the floating along at a sort of mid-pace, but you're not knowing which direction you're going to go into, so it's sort of the same thing but just a different pace.
And maybe the tag, I mean, this band probably didn't even give themselves the tag brutal melodic death metal. I'm sure My Plague did not give themselves technical death metal as a tag for a genre. Who knows who put these things together? But
I see a comment here.
What's that?
It's from the dude from Acephalus. Thank you for posting this and for the kind words. Although it was a rush job in the studio due to us being young and broke, the production level is due to Adam, guy from Kill Switch Engage, who engineered and mixed the record, and Eric Rutan, who mastered it. Chris.
Interesting.
So yeah, I guess they got the little metalcore from it. But yeah, I don't know.
Rush job. It seems like this could stand the test of time. I mean, it's forgotten. Forgotten Shadows is forgotten. But I feel like I feel like you're right, Paul. A fan of Ares Kingdom, somebody who's into that sort of epic-ish, like heavy / death metal would probably be interested in this. I feel like Jubb would probably be into this in a novice sort of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what song's next?
Let's go with track 5, Fetal Display, at 16 minutes.
All right, we'll be right back.
I won't ever let them take you away from me. You're mine now forever. And I'm so happy.
We are back. Dan
There-
somehow snuck in a non-brutal death metal record for the brutal death metal block.
We've been duped.
Well, I did. I wouldn't want to bring this on as a pick on its own.
Yeah.
But I felt like I wouldn't bring. I don't think I would bring any of these records on a pick of their own. But since we have three, and I just we all chose to do stuff that was pretty underground. I had to pick these three things that were this kind of just snuck in there. I found it while looking for brutal death metal, and if the vocals are any consolation, then it is brutal death metal. Let's just say that, I guess. But yeah, I do think it was worth checking out and worth hearing for a second, because it is it's weird. Paul, you brought up, you're like, these are just generic death metal riffs. Some of them are. Others they've kind of made their own, but there are a few in here that are. Yeah, some of the most generic thing.
Yeah, it's like the very slow single note. Dun, 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 dun. But like the cool chords at the beginning, that was cool. When they get epic is like when they shine the most, but like it's very like one note in a sense of being just very mid-paced.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it, but wouldn't call it brutal death metal at all. Like
would you call it just regular death metal? Would you call it melodic death metal?
Not even melodic. I think like, because I don't really consider Ares Kingdom to be like melodic death metal or anything. I just kind of consider them just death metal band. So I think they're in the same camp. Like, they're not like regionally based. Like death metal, like you would associate with like Finnish or Swedish or Floridian. Because where are these guys from? They're from the U.S.,
they're
but
from the States somewhere. They're from
Massachusetts. So it's like I wouldn't even know where to. Some bands from there off the top of my head, but doesn't sound anything like it.
They seem like the kind of band that would be from Massachusetts. They like. I don't know. It's very amateurish. It's very kind of like. It seems to struggle what it wants to do. It like does it's a very unique record in that way. Like, it's produced relatively well. The songs are written relatively well, but there's something about it that, like, I don't know. They almost didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something strange about that. Yeah. Also, the third thing that all of my picks tonight have in common is that they are all dumb. They are all dumb in a way that is. They are so dumb that they by proxy become unique. I think it would be hard to find any band that sort of matches any of them, because all three of them sound different, but they all kind of portray the same sort of thing. Do you get that?
No.
You don't think so? Maybe I'm reaching. You guys are both doing the I'm reaching voice. But yeah, would you agree that they're all dumb?
More so than others.
Yes. Okay.
I think
Now we're getting somewhere.
no, they're not same levels of dumb. Like,
No,
I
they're different.
found-
They're different levels of dumb, definitely.
Oh yeah.
That's what I meant. Like more so than others. Like some of them are really dumb. We'll get to that. And then some of them are, just held back one grade.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at bands from fucking Massachusetts, and the only one that has popped out to me is fucking All That Remains. So it's like I don't even know half of these bands. So yeah, I guess that's definitely not a drought in the metal scene, but I guess just of like notable bands, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went ahead and did the dumb block. This is the dumb block.
Well, someone had to.
This is brutal in another sense.
Brutally dumb.
Getting through this a little
Wow.
brutal.
Shit. Yeah. Okay. Are we ready for the ultimate dumb?
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Okay. Band I found this year. Don't know how I came across them. I re-uploaded a bunch
Oh, I
of
thought
stuff.
I thought you knew
onto-
these guys already from
not-
Necrocannibal Rights.
No. I actually knew them from this album. I know you showed me Necrocannibal Rights a few months ago, but I was already familiar with them with this album. I don't know how I came across them. Like I was loading stuff into my iPod from my iTunes, and Necrocoidal Amputorgy was just ended up on my iPod when I had it on shuffle. I don't recall ever downloading this. I don't recall discovering this. But I saw the album cover. I saw the band name. At first, the drums were like the most overwhelming thing, and I could hear that there were riffs going on underneath, but it was hard to tell what they were doing because the tone is so like digitally thin. And I found an interview from them, and they said we're a very slow band. I don't know if that means they're dumb or they're just slow.
Why not both?
Yeah, why not both? Yeah, because they had an album that Paul likes better in 2003 called Necrocannibal Rights. And I think that it seems like they each... I've heard all of their stuff, and I like all of it. But it seems like they switch sounds each, like, drastically, each release. So if I remember correctly, Necrocannibal Rights was more primitive, gore grind, death grind. Is that fair to say, Paul?
Yeah, it was a completely different sound from this one.
Yeah, and the other two albums after this one are completely different. But this is the first one I heard sometime earlier this year. I'm not exactly sure when. But I find it interesting. I like how stupidly abrasive it is with the pitch shifted vocals where there are no lyrics, it's just nonsense, and the drums where it is really just kind of totally abrasive and just cavemanish and dumb, but the riffing in it is what I find the most interesting. In that little interview I checked out, he said that their influences were Brodekin, Disgorge, Christian, Exhumed, Carcass, and then he names a band called Mass Murder. One word who I checked out. They're okay, I guess. But yeah, this one, it just seems like, saying all that, it almost has the My Plague thing going on, where like vocals and drums are kind of just there for like sonic effect, and the riffs, the way they sort of produce this, it's almost like the riffs don't matter at all. It's almost like this music is only here to make noise and to be abrasive and ugly. But yeah, maybe after you guys give your spiel, we can dissect some of these songs and see what actually is going on in some of these riffs. Because to me, the riffs were, when I saw that, I assumed this was kind of just a gore grind band, but when I saw like the brutal death metal tag in that too, it sort of made sense where there kind of isn't chug riffs, and there kind of isn't any like D-beatish type of riffs, which is kind of interesting to me. It's just abrasive stuff with this, like, it almost seems like nonsensical riffing in a certain sense. But yeah, what do you guys make of this thing?
All right, Dan, do you want the good news or the bad news?
Either, I don't care.
All right, Fred, go with the good news. You like this one the most, right?
I did.
All right.
I did. And, a large part of that is the vocals. I thought the vocals were absolutely fantastic in this. Drum sound was a little obnoxious, but I can live with it. Riffs were good, but really, like the showcase with the vocals, they were awesome, and they carried it for me. I love them enough for this to wind up in first.
Yeah, it almost reminds me of like okay, there's like groups of I think Italy is like a big part of it. I checked out a band called Canibe. It's like Canib, almost cannibal.
Yeah.
Or like Obsceno from Mexico, Discord from Mexico, Viscera Infest, Para Caca Dudu Pretasis from Mexico, like Last Days of Humanity style. It's got this sort of it's got riffing in it, but it's morally there to just be kind of like obnoxious shit. And it's kind of confusing in that. It's confusing in that sense. But I like this band. I like all the things that they've done. I just find it interesting that they are able to change so much. Some things are catchier than others. I think this one is probably the most abrasive. Yeah.
I haven't heard the other stuff they've done, so I can't compare. But thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, when you said you were gonna do Bowel Stew, I was like, all right, sick. We're gonna do Necro Cannibal Rights.
No.
And then it's this record that I haven't heard, and I put it on. Drums aren't annoying in the same way as you guys are describing. It's annoying in just how fucking bare they are. It's either a like stupid blast beat or like a just half blast where it's just like
yeah.
And there's no variation in there. Vocals are great. The riffs are trying to be like unique, but they all end up just sounding like the same sort of thing throughout the whole songs.
I think that has to do with the tone.
Oh, okay, because I like from what I was listening to, this isn't even like dumb in a cool way. It's like I like some pretty stupid fucking shit like retarded slam, and this is kind of just like retarded Goregrind in a way where it's just like very like I don't is this a real drummer? Yeah, it's a real drummer.
Yes it is.
And he's playing like a machine, which is I guess good on its own for someone to be able to play at such a way. But these songs, it just did not do it for me. And then what was it, like a 10-minute fucking 12-minute sample at the end? I was like, all right, good. I could just skip this record. It doesn't need to be.
You're done.
This is a 30-minute record, not 40. And oh man, I did not like this at all. Like it's so I have a hard time thinking of another band that I like absolutely love one of the records and then just hate the next one. Like this one absolutely does nothing for me, but I'm prepared for my mind to be molded. I wanna see. Like I hear people when they talk about like, oh, listen to hardcore music or something. They're like, turn your brain off. Don't think about it. Just fucking groove with it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see what you guys can make me like about this record. Because it's definitely a new low for me.
That doesn't bode well.
But
yeah, it spoke to me. It spoke to me. I liked it.
But first record is amazing. So I don't know what happened in those
like
7 years.
I think they're all good in their own sense. But Paul really hates this one. That's interesting. But I did kind of warn you guys last week. I said you guys might just hate all of this.
We got like
so I knew what I was getting into with picking these things. I knew exactly what I was getting into.
Yeah.
It was a 50-50 shot of for both of you. Like this or don't like this.
Yeah. I'm surprised Fred liked this the most.
Me too. I was surprised that Fred liked this too.
But,
I thought he would not like this.
But to like it more just because the vocals doesn't really what's it called? Like it seems like there's no real substance in the other material for it to just stand out number one just because of vocals.
Like the riffs felt very grindy, carcassy, which I quite liked. I don't know if Dan's gonna agree with that assessment of the riffs, but that was kind of the knee-jerk reaction I got to them. But no, like my favorite part of this was definitely the vocals. I found that it was enough to give this album, and we've kind of touched on this last week, but like
Paul goes, "This is a new low."
But like some of these albums, to me, I find them more appropriate to listen to them the way I would ambient music and just go in it for the feel and the sound rather than the actual riffs. And this one's kind of there in that sense. And as much as I enjoy the instrumentation and the riffs that are there, the vocals give this a really eerie underground monster sort of vibe that just felt very organic in that sense and kind of terrifying as a result. Like this one made me feel things as opposed to the other ones where I enjoyed the riffs that were being played. This one I enjoyed the riffs, but this made me feel unsettled. And that made this one stand out to me.
I don't exactly know what it was.
Paul and Dan are like, what the fuck is he?
No, I get you. I don't know exactly what it was that sort of I dug immediately about this. I think the fact that the riffs are just kind of, you can tell they're there, but it's hard to tell exactly what they're doing. And as far as the other stuff around it, I just like it. I just like the stupid drumming and the pitch shifted dumb guy vocals. It's I don't know how else to explain it. I just like it. I just like Bowel Stew. They're the kind of they almost give like a South American sense where they don't know what the fuck they're doing. But I feel like Italy kind of has that too, especially in this genre. And yeah, stuff like this is interesting to me. It always has been. With that, why don't we torture Paul's ear holes and listen to a track?
Nah, just let me know that's timestamps. I'm gonna sit this one out, boys.
Okay.
Just kidding.
All right,
I'm here. I'm ready for the mind to be molded. Let's see what's good about this. What track?
Okay. I'm on The Topic. You can see it on the side if you look up the name of the album.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was
it's a different cover. It's a different cover on the Topic.
Oh, okay. Necrocoidal amputorgy. That's fucking dumb.
I think we'll go with track 3. Horror, and Sado Asylum.
Oh, is this one with like the wicked Axis of Advance riff at the beginning?
I don't know.
Let's find out. We'll be right back.
Yeah, what do we have?
back.
No, I did
Okay.
not hear any type of carcass riffing.
No, that was all Discord riffs, if anything.
No, but those strongs at the beginning, that's total. I'm not saying they took influence from this, but that just reminded me of Axis Advance Obey.
Yeah, that was probably the coolest part.
I would say that reminds me of like the parts where they do that. That's like kind of malignancy. There's quite a few bands that do that, like noisier death metal bands. I know Trichomoniasis does that. I know Malignancy does that a lot, where a big part of the riff is like different pinches. The wee 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 wee. So like the beginning wasn't exactly a disgorge thing. It was almost like a thrash, like a black thrash kind of thing. It was like, if you could hear it, it was like which is like kind of a building up thing, and that sort of builds up to the pinch thing, and it's sort of like the variation from each of those just kind of switches back and forth throughout in like different riff shapes, different shapes of like the same kind of idea. And I think that's mainly what goes on here. But I do find it interesting, and I do find it enjoyable to actually. I wouldn't say you should shut your brain off to listen to this music. I would just say hone in on the riffing, and that's kind of where I get the enjoyment out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, it's not even like retarded in like a way of like it being the same species of like someone on like an intelligence level. It's like a human to like a monkey type of like gap of intelligence or something. I don't know. It's very it's like I was honing in on the riffs. The pinch thing was sick, but it was just
Yeah, I don't know. I like when they do it. I like when they do the chicka chicka chicka.
Man, it was.
Did you hone in on the vocals at all?
I'm just a stupid monkey.
It was very subhuman.
Yeah, as a fellow subhuman, I dig it. I find enjoyment out of this. I feel like it's almost like thrashy in a way, in a weird kind of way. Like the shapes of this kind of intrigue me. Sometimes I like stuff like this just because the riffs are so kind of strange to me, and I think this is one of those cases.
Yeah, like I was saying with My Plague, like the riffs were like the showcase of like, and they kind of had like a backing track of vocals and drums going on. But the riffs were actually interesting there, where here it's just kind of not. It's like all like they had one good riff, according to me, in that song, and the rest were just all like didn't hit the mark for me. Even like this is probably the most brutal one out of it, and yeah, it just doesn't, out of the 3 albums, and it just doesn't do anything for me at all. Like it's just kind of like, it's not even like annoying or anything to me. It's just like I'm just like apathetic towards it.
Did you focus on the vocals?
No, the vocals are cool.
No, but like really hone in on them when you listen to the next one.
I think Paul's saying the entire package is coming off as like pointless.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got a package for you.
A steaming package.
All right, let's get to the same song. What was the next one?
I don't know. They're all pretty much, yeah, like I said, they are all pretty much the same. Let me see.
Let's just pick a cool name.
Yeah. Do the first one.
Hold on a sec. Let's go with maggot debridement of necrotic vaginal lesions. Let's go with that one.
As one does.
I was gonna say Necromania, 14 seconds. No, just kidding. All right, we'll go with the maggot one.
Yeah, this one's relatively short, 2 minutes.
We will be Right back. Alright, Dan, I think you should play the lottery because I think you picked the best song out of the bunch. Well, at least the parts with the least amount of bad riffs in my understanding.
Oh, you're so cantankerous.
I think that's kind of that's kind of where this album lies. Is like you really don't know what you're gonna get, as far as like what is the riff you're gonna like. It's sort of a mixed bag where it's like a riff you like could come up at any point in this album, and you just don't know where it is.
This is a gamble.
It's a gamble of not like the one riff, but like each of the songs is gonna have at least one riff that Paul will like. And I don't know if Paul remembers this, but Drew told me this somewhat recently, or maybe earlier this year. He told me we were in his room listening to music, and I put on Deaden or something, and he's like, "You ever heard Bowel Stew?" I was like, "Yeah, I like Bowel Stew," and Drew goes, I was in the car with Paul, and I put on Bowel Stew, and he's like, "What do you think of this?" And Paul's like, "Eh," and Drew's like, "What the fuck?" So yeah, if you recall that or not, Drew showed you, apparently according to him, he showed you Bowel Stew. Don't know if it was this album, but he showed you Bowel Stew, and you're like, "Meh."
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, but I know Drew likes this band. We must have talked about it this year because they're relatively new to me. But yeah, I really do like that. The drums just kind of go, and it kind of keeps you in a constant state of like, duh, duh, duh,
Panic.
duh, duh,
Well,
duh,
this
duh.
one actually syncopated with the riffs, and it kind of like where the riffs were dropping out, it would do like a little snare fill or something, which was cool. But in the other song, it's like almost night and day. It's like someone. It's not like programmed drums, like you're putting a drum machine together. It's almost like someone put code in the drummer's head on what to play, and this one actually had a little autonomy to it.
I imagine there wasn't much rehearsing going on here. I imagine the main songwriter just kind of, he said go, and so you get the drum 1, 2, 3, and then they just go, and he just plays his riffs, and the drummer just drums.
That's all I need.
And there's not really much cohesion. There's just and then end at about 2 minutes when I go dun, and that seems to be the formula.
I'm out of
in a
riffs.
very
I'm out of
strange
riffs.
way. What's that?
He's all, I'm out of riffs.
I'm out of riffs. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, it's sort of hard for me to pinpoint some of these things. Like, I find all of them interesting for the most part. Maybe not every single one is a winner, but to me, for the most part, I do get enjoyment out of just what this is, riffs under this kind of just constant dum dum drumming, and I it's hard to pinpoint like what exactly the riffs are taking from, because they don't really sound like a whole lot. There's a lot of like there's a lot of like, I wouldn't even know who to compare that to.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
thrash bands or I don't know.
The really like high note riffing is it's cool when it comes up. Like the first 4 or 5 riffs, I think it just bounced in between the first 2 riffs like twice. Those are really sick, and then it got into the.
It seems like most of them are jigga 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 jigga, but in different spots on the neck. That's what it almost feels like. And then sometimes they do like interesting tremolo stuff that like weird notes are chosen.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I like when the notes are a little bit more like pronounced, especially in out of all the noise that's happening.
Yeah, I just think that this album in particular to me has the most potential as far as like strange riffing goes. The other ones are strange, but this is the one where like I think there's potential in kind of experimenting with like how much can you get away with just writing riffs like without any sort of transitions with the guitar or with the drums. That I think that's a big part of what I like about it too.
No, I like it just fine. I thought it was great. Paul, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, maybe Paul's taking revenge for
No, not even.
Not even, Pooh.
Yeah.
Not even, Pooh. But yeah, Bowel Stew, Necrocoidal Amputorgy. I understand where you're coming from. I imagine this would be hard for a lot, even Goregrind heads to get into. But yeah, I like this sort of barrage of noise coming from all directions. Where just pay a little bit of attention to the guitar, and yeah, it's interesting. Not too much more I can say about that, but I mean, you said you liked the first album, so you've listened to this one on the show. You've given your piece, which wasn't so peaceful. I would recommend you check out the other stuff too. It's all different. It's all the production is all different. The sort of like drumming timbre is different. The riffing is a little bit more clear on the next two. But yeah, that's my dum picks. Weird stuff, but stuff that I dig. I guess we'll end this one, and we'll see what Fred comes up with next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow your minds.
Will
Maybe.
Fred pick the best ones out of the 6 so far?
Probably.
Okay,
Question.
so what is actually the score here? So
Ancient
My Plague
Necropsy was great.
Ancient Necropsy, great. Bane, great.
Great.
Decaying Form, did not care for. My Plague, okay. I think for both of you guys, okay. What the fuck was the last one? Acephalus, I think okay. That was rated okay. And this one was rated bad by Paul and rated good by Fred. So yeah, let's see if we can break that.
Yeah,
See if
Fred.
let's
Fred,
see-
try to
see
get
how
all
Fred-
3 good ones.
Yeah.
I'll do what I can.
I think we got to do the brutal block next year. We'll pick some good ones next time.
Yeah, but I had to do this now. It's like I wouldn't pick any of these for a full episode.
Yeah.
I had to do it. I had to do it during the brutal block.
Same here. Wouldn't have
Alright,
it any other
everybody.
way.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, toodles.
Oh man, check out that thing, man.
What do you want to do with it?
Let's launch over it.
Who wants a body massage? Only Hawaii.
What did he just say to us?
Low. Mr. Body Massage Machine. Gone.
What the hell?
Body massage.
G.I. Joe!